you are interested in creating and manifesting the life of your dreams, then this video is definitely for you, so stick around. I am going to share with you how I use scripting and journaling as a law of attraction technique. Okay, hey everyone, welcome to Mom for Every Season. If you are brand new, my name is Taryn and I am super stoked to share this video with you because it is something that I am super passionate about. And about a month ago, I shared a video on how journaling is one of the most important self-care practices I have in my own routine, and especially as a mom. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll make sure I'll post in the description box down below. But I shared with you different types of journals that I do have. And I got some feedback that you guys would like to see some more detailed videos on those journals. So I'm going to be sharing with you just a little bit of a more in-depth video on how I use scripting. And I'll show you some examples in my journal as well. So the first part is pretty basic, so if you are familiar with scripting, then you can skip ahead to the timestamps in the description box down below. But if you are completely brand new and you are like, what on earth is scripting, then stick around for these kind of first few keys and tips about journaling to manifest. So first of all, what the heck is scripting? Scripting is just another law of attraction technique. It is similar to using visualizations. It's similar to using vision boards, but it is more of a written form. Obviously, you're using a journal or a notebook, and I'm going to share with you how I specifically use it, but I want you to understand that there is no right or wrong way to use scripting. The number one key to scripting is to have fun, because at the end of my journaling session, I feel so much more aligned and in flow, and I just feel like I'm vibrating at a whole new level, a whole new energy level, and that is the whole point of it. It's just supposed to feel fun. There's no right or wrong way. There's no proper way. If you feel more guided to draw them out, then do that. If you want to add color to your journal, then by all means do that. Or if you just want to, write in flow, then just do that. Do what feels good, and it's supposed to feel fun and fresh and just light. And of course, if this is something that you're brand new at, then just have patience with it. It will, get easier as time goes on. I guess which would be one of the main reasons I kind of gravitate more towards scripting than I do visualization, or I've done vision boards in the past. I can show you some of the past ones I've done, but by far, scripting gets me into that higher vibration feeling. It gets me where I think in the past I've really questioned, when I do visualizations, I always question well, how do I, feel this if I've never been there before? Whereas when I journal, I have none of that. I have no doubts. I can just get into that flow and get writing, and it just feels so good. So if you're just getting started, use any journal that you really like. So there's, like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do your actual journaling again, and then there's no right or wrong on how many times you do it. So the next step or key would be to find something that you enjoy writing in and a pen you enjoy writing with. And I know I'm sure some will probably maybe roll their eyes at this or don't think it really matters. And because really you can write in any type of journal or notebook you like. But if you find something that, feels pretty and feels good, then you're more likely to stick with it as well. So for me personally, I enjoy not even so much what my journal looks like, but I tend to like thicker pages, and I like a pen to write smoothly and to have more of a micro tip pen, just because I do feel like I write rather heavy. And I don't write as smooth if I have just a regular ballpoint kind of blue pen. Make sure you find a space that you enjoy being in, whether that's being outdoors or maybe you have your own little space at home, which I know can be, if you're a mom like me, that can be tough, but I have made a little kind of space in the corner of my room that's just for me. I tend to journal in the morning during my morning routine before my kids are awake, because that is just the best time that works for me. So you can obviously write any time of day that feels more comfortable for you, but just set something up that you are going to stick with. Whether you choose to do, you can journal daily, you can journal weekly or monthly, whatever that looks like for you, just make sure you stick with it. Because of course we want to keep this fun, like I've said, and if it feels like a chore to you, then you're most likely not going to stick with it. A little bit of a backstory on how I started scripting. I have been scripting on and off for the last 5 or more years, and I actually didn't even know that's what it was called when I initially started doing it. I was following another YouTuber named Ross Place, and she did this exercise of around the time of a new moon. She would write out her goals and her dreams to the universe on a piece of paper, and then 2 weeks later she would take that paper and burn it and release it to the universe. So I believe she called it something like Manifesting Moon or Dear Manifesting Moon or something like that. But I would always write out and say, Dear Universe. And I just loved the idea. For some reason, I always resonated with the moon's energy. And I loved that it was a great reminder every month to start writing about my intentions and goals were. But more recently, probably in the last 6 months, I've actually started writing more, and I've added it to my morning routine. And I wouldn't say I write the same things every day. I just really write and I just let it flow. I let my pen flow. I let whatever words come up. And sometimes I'm writing more so about my health goals. Other days I'm writing about my YouTube goals and dreams and all of that. I just write so that it feels good and it feels light. Along with being able to have fun while you're scripting, another key point, and one of the more important points, is to have gratitude. And so when I'm writing and I'm scripting, I write as if it's already happened. And I absolutely love the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza right now, because he explains that gratitude is the emotional signature for it already happening. So you feel, that feeling of opening your heart and feeling gratitude, feeling grateful and appreciative of something, it shows your body that it's already happened. That's when you start programming your autonomic nervous system to look for those things that you need to create your goal or create your dream. So that's kind of when those little weird things start showing up, or you get those little synchronicities in your life. So when you are scripting and you are writing, what I do is I write as if it's already happened. So I am writing as my future self, just thanking the universe for all that has manifested, all that I've created with the universe. And if you are anything like me, I know in the past I really struggled with kind of the most important part in manifesting your dreams is to be able to feel what you would feel in that moment. But if you can, if you ask anybody who has already reached their goals what it feels like, I guarantee you most of them will have felt some form of gratitude. Because really any type of joyful or happy emotion can be, directly related back to gratitude. So if you haven't seen any of my self-care routine videos, then I'll link those in the description box below. But it kind of goes through more of an in-depth version, kind of more of a vlog style routine of what I do in my morning. But I would say 99% of the time script in the morning, and I will wake up and I really try to feel a sense of, I am my future self already. So after I get up in the morning and I'll drink some water and I kind of do a little bit of movement and meditation, I will go either into just my free write journaling or my scripting. But if it's a day where I'm more guided to script, then I really try to step into my future self. I write as if it is, my future self in whatever date that I've chosen. So whether it's a month from now or a year from now, sometimes I don't even think in terms of dates. I just kind of let that go, because I don't always particularly like putting a date on my manifestation goals, because I, believe in divine timing, and it's going to show up when it's, it's ready and when it's the right timing for everybody involved. So if you can really step into that gratitude and that feeling of your heart expanding and opening, then that is, a good sign that you are writing in flow. And it's not like I have a set template every single day. Sometimes I'm writing multiple, goals and dreams. Sometimes it's just really focused on one. And some days I kind of have a little bit more resistance where I feel like I'm, taking forever to write. And then other days I write like in 10 minutes and I've written 4 pages. It just varies from day to day. Okay, to get kind of more of an idea of what I actually do and kind of some prompts to get you started. Again, I would say 99% of the time, my journaling revolves around gratitude. So I tend to start off my journaling practices with Dear Universe. Now you can do Dear God, Dear Spirit. You can even do Dear Future Self. Do what resonates with you. You don't even have to say Dear anything. You could just start writing. Where I am so full of gratitude and love and happiness. For a big one that I tend to use is I am so full of gratitude and happiness now that, and just write out whatever my goals are or whatever I've reached in my future self. I really step into my future self. So what would she be, feeling? What habits would she be taking? What actions is she taking? What does she need to move forward? I really just write out all of those things. So in terms of a health goal, on this day I wrote, today I am so grateful for being in the best health and shape of my life. I have reignited my habit challenge and I've gained so much trust and confidence in myself by keeping my word. I am so full of gratitude that my body has completely healed. My ankle and hip felt at ease moving. I feel in flow and alignment with my body. I can't wait to get up every morning and go for a run and weightlift again. I feel so much power in my body. I am full of energy and vitality because I chose to nourish my body with nutrient-dense food. I am mindful of what I put into my body so that it is performing at its peak state. So just really describing different characteristics, different habits, different feelings. And another one I tend to kind of get things flowing is I will say my heart and my soul are radiating with so much joy and contentment for stepping into my full authentic self. And then I will write what that looks like. Some days it's more of a bullet form, so I'll just write out the habits that my future self has instilled in my life. Other times it's just free flow writing. It's completely up to you. I can just get into the flow while I'm writing, and I really like to kind of almost step into my body and feel like what my body would be feeling like. So I'll say something like, my heart is radiating with so much joy and love, or I'll say like, I'm over the moon for this happening. Like there's just so many descriptive ways that you can, describe your dreams. And then you can also use another simple one is just to say, I am. Like those are such powerful words, but you can, kind of really dive deeper into each one. So say something like, I am living the most aligned version of myself, or you can do stuff like, I am, filled with so much confidence as performing my speaking gig. Or I tend to, when I'm using the I am statements, I know you can use like stuff like I am beautiful or I am confident, but I really like to dive deeper into them because that's kind of where I more embody those feelings. Like if I just say, I am confident, that doesn't really instill a lot of confidence in me, but I can more or less describe like what I'm looking for more confidence in. So I can say, usually my confidence is more so around my content creation. So I will kind of just, dig a little bit deeper on another level, and I'll say, I am on fire with my content creation, and I am, effortlessly creating like enormous amounts of ideas and creations around. And I love this quote by Jim Rohn. He says, success is not to be pursued, but it is to be attracted by the person you become. So I absolutely love using my journal to step into my future self and who I need to become. It really is stepping into that feeling of who I am in that, ideal version of myself. And my journal is such a great reminder of who I want to become. What power am I stepping into? And I am, stepping up to the best version of myself. So I absolutely love journaling and I love scripting. If you are, brand new and you are interested in more scripting videos or journaling, self-care or mindset, then definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. And you can also check out some similar videos here. And again, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and taking the time to watch this video. And that is it for now. Bye for now.